So Mercuryceratops is a very recent addition to the pantheon of Canadian dinosaurs. It's only been named about 8 years ago. So that makes it worth celebrating by making a coin. But also there's another peculiarity is that Mercuryceratops is one of the very few dinosaur species that were around 76 million years ago that we can found on both sides of the 49th parallel. So we find it both in Montana and in Canada, in Alberta. And at the time, very few species actually crossed the border. Most of them stayed on each side. We don't really know why, because there was no American US-Canada border in those days. But for some reason, dinosaurs stayed each and on their side of the border, except for Mercuryceratops, which found a way to cross the border and live on both sides. So Mercuryceratops is a member of the family that we call the horned dinosaurs. It was a herbivorous animal. It walked on all four. It was about 5 meters long, so that's a medium-sized dinosaur, and it weighed a little bit more than a rhino alive today would weigh. Just like other horned dinosaurs, it would have had a long snout, a large shield at the back of the head that's made of bone that we call the frill, and it would have had a parrot beak at the tip of the snout. So Mercuryceratops must have been a fairly rare animal, though, here in Alberta, because we've only found 2 bones belonging to 2 different individuals. That's all that's known for these animals. So it must have been a fairly rare species when it was around. So because Mercuryceratops is a very rare animal, we don't have that many bones for it. It's hard to know what that species did when it was alive, what was its behavior. But if it behaved like any other horned dinosaur, then Mercuryceratops probably lived in large herds that probably range from tens to hundreds of individuals. And those herds would have been composed of individuals ranging from very young individuals, probably a year old, all the way to fully grown adults. And these herds probably migrated on the very large coastal plain that stretched along a vast inland sea that existed in North America at the time. Canada and Alberta in particular easily ranks in the top 5 best places in the world where someone can discover dinosaurs. In fact, there are very few places in the world where you can find the same abundance and the same diversity of dinosaurs as you do here in Canada.